Welcome to Why We're Fans. I'm Duran, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Gennaro.
In all of our episodes, we cover the past, present, and the future of all your favorite NFL football teams.
We love hearing your stories, talking the NFL draft, and reminiscing about the good old days.
If you like the same, be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this episode. And leave a comment below if you want to answer any of our questions.
Follow us on Twitter to stay up to date on our latest interviews. And like we always say, win or lose, we're all fans. Enjoy this episode.
And welcome back to another edition of Why We're Fans. Duran, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Another day. We're just watching some combine stuff and, watching combine stuff before we were kind of getting caught up to date on our top 10 guys here and there. And we came across our guest. So I've been spending a lot of time with him, whether he knows it or not.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, when I came across, watching some prospects, his YouTube channel did come up and I got pretty excited. So, and then I had to reach out to him. I was like, this guy knows his shit. Definitely got to reach out to him. And turns out he is a Dolphins fan, which is, 49ers East, whatever you guys want to call it. It's all good. Much respect to the Mike McDaniels and everybody out there. Yeah, Duran, anything to get started before?
No, I'm ready to roll, man.
All right. Without further ado, welcome our guest, Broshmo.
Broshmo.
Hey, what's crack-a-lackin'?
Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
man. Let everybody know where they can find you, your work that you're working on, podcast, whatsoever. I mean, we know, but let everybody else know.
So if you like the NFL draft, apparently that's all I'm good for. Try to do other NFL stuff. Doesn't do as well, but it is what it is. I like the draft. Check out Broshmo. I'm a good follow on Twitter. I like to meme a little bit. I like to troll at the real Broshmo. And yeah. Kind of corny, but it is what it is.
For sure. We'll put all the information in the description and links below. Be sure to give him a follow. I subscribe to his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to ours as well. It's great, man. I love what you do, the work that you do. You just, very charismatic and, it's a good watch, man. So we appreciate the content that you put out.
I gotta be entertaining. I gotta have a personality. I'm not a good looking individual. So.
We make up with it in different areas.
That's right.
But all right, Duran, anything else before we get started?
Let's jump in.
All right, let's dive in as Snowflake would. So, Mr. Broshmo, how did you come part of the Fins?
The Fins up,
Dolphins.
I was born one. I can't help it. My dad, he's a Saints fan, born and raised in New Orleans. He couldn't be more ashamed. My first memory of being a Dolphins fan was my dad got me this checkered board set when I was like 5 or 6, and it was Bills helmets and Dolphins helmets, and he said he got me that because I was a Dolphins fan. I was like, oh, okay. And I just remember growing up watching, unfortunately, the later years of Marino. But yeah, no, it's been a Dolphins fan ever since.
What was it? The logo? Did the logo get you?
Yeah, maybe I like dolphins. First off, dolphins are terrifying animals.
Oh yeah,
they are like the freaking gangbangers of the ocean, of the animal kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I could get why a football team picks a dolphin. There's nothing more terrifying than animal kingdom. I did I saw one video on dolphins. I was like, this is horrible. They're terrible.
They like to have fun. They pass around the puffer fish.
Oh man. They like to whack off. That's what they like to
do. Yeah.
That's horrible.
So you grew up in New Orleans? Is that what you said?
Well, kind of weird. My dad did.
Oh, okay.
He was a Navy man. I actually grew up in Hampton, Virginia.
Okay.
After I graduated, I spent a little time in in New Orleans, and then eventually moved out to Arizona.
How did you keep up with the team when you were in another state? Were you like the Yahoo, watch the dots jumping across? Were you a radio guy?
Oh man, I was just a fan, dude. If they were on TV, I was watching them. I'd follow them week to week on what is it? NFL Primetime. Back when
Yeah.
it had Chris Berman. I think it probably still does, but yeah, no, I'd keep following the Dolphins, and they were always super mid, super mediocre. And I'm numb to they can't hurt me anymore. If they suck,
Yeah.
cool. If they do well, I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that you were a family man before the pod. We cracked it off for sure. But so did you pass on the fandom, to the kiddos or?
I'm trying. They're like my oldest is 3 and my newborn was born in November. I'm not gonna do the math.
Hey,
But
congrats.
I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna force it on.
Only
But
time will tell.
They got any
yeah.
swag going yet or what?
Oh yeah, they got Dolphin swag, of course.
What about you? Like, what was your first, like jersey
Uh
or like thing that you remember the
Definitely
most?
Dan Marino. I have a Bob Greasy. I got Jason Taylor. Like I grew up during like when the defense was like studded. Jason Taylor,
Yeah.
Zach Thomas, Patrick Surtain, Sam Madison. Then
Yeah.
Junior Seau got into the mix there.
Yeah.
So I have all those jerseys too. Unfortunately, I have a Jay Fiedler jersey too. So
Got to have the quarterbacks on there. Do you remember what brand that Merino one was? Was it one
oh
of the
gosh,
old school?
I don't. I had 3. I had one was like the old school. It was like a third
Starter?
when they brought in like the throwback, like the old Dolphins logo.
Mhm.
And then some of them were the in between, not the net, obviously not the now, but
Yeah.
what it was before.
I
The
think it's
meaner looking
Reebok.
Dolphin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about games? Do you remember your first game that you went to, whether it was away or was it in the Miami Stadium?
So I have never gotten to attend
Oh,
a
we got to
because
fix
I
that.
never lived in Florida. I
Uh-huh.
was
Got you.
born in Key West, Florida, and I spent all of 2 months of my newborn life there in Florida. I've never been to Florida since. So I did almost get to go to a Dolphins game like 6 years ago when they were facing the Cardinals up in Phoenix, but I knew that the Dolphins were bad. I think that game maybe went to OT or like it came down to like the fourth quarter, came down to a kick. I don't know. This was like a long time ago. And I was like, oh man, that would have been so cool to go to. But yeah, I've actually never been to a Dolphins game, unfortunately. Been to multiple Saints games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a Cardinals game. Kind of sucks.
What's your game day setup like? Do you have multiple TVs? Do you watch it on a computer? Or are you at a bar with your buddies?
I would love to be at a bar with my buddies. Uh Preferably I'm watching in the living room on my TV. It's a respectably big TV.
Mhm.
But nowadays, since I'm doing a lot like during the season, since I'm doing a lot of work for the draft, I'll put like some all 22 or something on because I got like a 3-screen setup. So I'll have the
Nice.
game on right here, except for I'll kill like the or I'll have it playing and then I just kill this. Well, you don't really get too much sound with all
Mhm.
22. So I
Yeah.
kind of like multitask now. But that is my current game day setup.
I like it. 3 screens. I need to catch up. I'm at about 2.
You keep adding, you keep thinking
Yeah,
it's like
I
you
know.
add one, and it's like I need another.
Yeah.
Like I don't have room for a 4th screen, but I would love one.
It's
You
gonna
need
be
to
like
start
the
going
Iron Man
up.
setup, just
Yeah.
everything around.
Yeah, I know, right?
That'd be so sick.
Need to start moving up. Gee, I don't got anything else here if you want to move on.
No, nothing else here actually. So we like to play a game between
Oh,
two
crap.
cousins, me and Duran. We have a bet going on. Yesterday we both struck out, or the last episode. Sorry, yeah, not yesterday. We both struck out on guessing the favorite player. So that's our goal here. So Duran, you're the youngest. I'll let you go first.
His favorite Dolphins player of all time. He named his top 3 jerseys that he had, and one of them was Jason Taylor. So I'm starting there.
I'm going Ray Finkel. No, just kidding. I'm gonna go with
Races out, of course.
I'm going with Zach Thomas.
In
Respectable.
fact, it's Zach Thomas.
There you go.
Fuck yeah,
And
let's go.
We just interviewed a Dolphins fan a couple episodes ago, and we were waiting for Zach Thomas to get the announcement for the Hall of Fame. And in between these Dolphins fans, he's officially made it. So congrats to Zach Thomas, man. He deserved it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So what is it about Zach Thomas that caught your eye? Why is he your favorite player?
He was just everywhere. Like during that time, everyone's talking about like Urlacher was the guy, and I was like, as a Dolphins fan, I want to support my guys. And our defense was kind of nice. Like I love that secondary. I think they had. I was trying to think who the safeties were at that time. I want to say they had like Jammer, but
Marion,
right?
Was Brock Marion one of them?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's so long ago. Like
Sam Madison.
This was like back in my middle school days. So it was I remember the corners like it was like yesterday. Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I loved that defense.
Yep.
It was just so good. And I really wish, because a game that I don't remember who they faced. I just remembered they were wearing those like caution cone, like safety cone, traffic cone jersey, colored orange jerseys. I absolutely love those jerseys. I want them to bring it back.
I'm surprised they haven't. That seems perfect for Miami, man.
Yeah,
that's good.
Caution. You might not like what you see.
Shout out to Zach Thomas too. He ended it with the Cowboys. He spent some time with my team, Dallas. So after 7 Pro Bowl years with Miami, he ended it in Dallas. But what I love is he was a tackling machine. He's kind of like that old school linebacker that
very consistent.
Very consistent. He's number 1 in tackles all time in Dolphins history by 400. I mean, it's going to take a guy plus 4 years at a very high level just to catch up to that. He's almost lapping the field at this point.
Yeah. I mean, to give a shout out a few other guys, like I loved like Randy McMichael, Chris Chambers. And you might notice in my email, I have the Dolphins backfield 23-34, Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams.
Oh, okay.
I remember growing up, Duran, actually, you had a Ricky Williams poster.
Dolphins. I had a Ricky Williams Dolphins jersey. I might still have it buried.
Straight looked like the Predator, like sheer visor, which you can't wear anymore, but that was so sick. That mirror visor and the dreads popping out. Man, he looked mean. I loved it. I love Ricky Williams.
Yeah, I didn't catch that on your email, but hey, those were the days too. I mean, they changed offensive football there for a minute I mean, every team kind of started doing their own version of it, it seems like afterwards.
For all of one season, it worked.
I feel like it was because no one expected it. It was brand new. And, who was it? I think Lamar Jackson, when he was killing it the first year, he started the whole season, not his rookie year, but they were dominating everyone. And then a team played them. I think it was the Chargers with 5 DBs, and it just kind of halted their offense. And then everyone copies it from there and slows you down a little bit.
Got Chad Pennington to a playoff game. So I think we were 1 and done that year, maybe too.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, G.
So if Zach Thomas, if he was Batman, who was his Robin?
If he was Batman, it almost has to be Jason Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Forcing all the pressure.
Those are the two we need. The Batman.
I don't know if I'd really call him Robin, though.
Yeah.
Those are 2 big individuals.
Yeah. 2 Batmans.
Okay, well, I mean, further than fellow nerds out there, I'll just say that they're Justice League, so you figure out who's Superman and Batman. We'll go with that.
Do you remember Zach Thomas's first game when he knocked out that player? I don't even remember who it is. His first game ever. Of course, it's a play that's now probably illegal in the NFL, but he really sets the tone and just lays out this guy, middle linebacker playing the slant, just completely kills him and set the tone for his whole career, man. Look it up on YouTube. It's a good one.
I will, man. I look at those old, they'll have nastiest hits of all time.
Yep.
And it's just horrible, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But looking at the 80s, and it's golly, Ronnie Lott and such, oh my gosh.
Clothesline, face masks, it didn't matter.
I mean, even Saragusa, man. Saragusa was just rotten nasty from what people are saying. He was just anything he could, he would just get away with, Now it's to the point where it's hey, you can't twist somebody and slam somebody down. It's
Do you have a Dolphins player that you didn't really like, or?
Oh man, well, borderline right now, Tua.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Is he in the doghouse?
I just want to know if we have a franchise quarterback or not.
Yeah, I
We've
don't
been
think
playing this
anyone
game
knows that
since
right now.
Marino, man.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
tough one.
It's
Yeah.
definitely unfortunate, man. I mean, both those hits didn't look as bad, and man, he got concussions out of them, and it's to the
Yeah.
point where it's like, yeah, 2 in 1 season. Like you might want to think about, post life after.
Yeah, but it was that play down the stretch that just really killed me. I was just like going from like the precision guy to like, okay, he's just throwing at spots. Like he's just struggling to read the defense. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the 49er Dolphins game. You guys, the Dolphins travel very, very well. It was like in our tailgate, we had a
Nice.
bunch of Dolphins fan around us. It was pretty cool. But yeah, watching him play, like he just looked lost. Like they did a close up on him on the sidelines, and he was just like kind of like nonchalant, just like, what am I doing? And like that was the whole clip of Mike McDaniel saying, "Oh, my bad, my bad." I was like, "How's
no,
that your bad?" Like he
no.
threw it at a spot where he wasn't there when he just I don't know if he was trying to lead the running back, but he threw it right to Jimmy Ward for
Yeah, I
interception.
mean, there's been a couple. Like, if you go back to the Packers Dolphins game, like his final interception in that game, I think he had three. But I'm assuming it was like an option route for the receiver, and he thought his receiver was gonna sit, and instead he went in on a slant. But the area that he would have sat in, there was two defenders there, and it was like, okay, you just misread. Like you don't throw to that spot.
Yeah, it sucks because like he definitely had a really, really good story coming out. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
takes over for Jalen Hurts as a freshman, true freshman against that nasty Georgia defense, and leads them to a championship, and a
Comeback.
comeback, mind you, and it's just, man, just kind of like what, like,
Injuries.
yeah,
The hip.
injuries.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was gonna say, what was his big injury? A broken ankle. I
Yeah.
remember he
Yeah.
had a sprained ankle, but man, that hip injury,
Yep.
yeesh.
Yeah, I think it was the same type of injury that ended Bo Jackson's career, right?
Yep.
That's
Think
right.
you're right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn it, Tua. I felt bad for him, but I don't even know if you can really count on him going in this year. You got to have some type of backup plan. If that happens, 1, 2 more concussions, I mean, damn, he'll probably
Yeah.
sit out for the remaining of the year.
Yeah, like I said, I just want to know: do we move forward with him or not? Is he the guy or not? Because like we have the horses, obviously, offensively. Well, got to replenish the running back room, but got the horses receiving wise. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
you got a Derek Carr floating out there, maybe Aaron Rodgers,
Oh, please stop.
came out of the darkness. He wants to go to the light. He wants to go to Florida.
He wants to go to Florida to retire. Just cut to the chase.
All right. So we asked you about your favorite player and also your least favorite player. What about your favorite coach? Do you have a coach that just, stands out, and is it Brian Flores?
Or it could be the current coach.
I mean, Mike McDaniel was the guy I wanted real bad.
Yeah.
I wanted him to get hired real bad because I just love that 49er offense, how it runs.
Yeah.
He's such a funny dude. Like hearing him talk just as a receivers coach, I was like, dude, this guy's hilarious.
If he wins, he'll be a legend forever, especially for like he's got the personality, he's got the high flying offense and all this stuff. So if he wins, he'll be highly regarded in Dolphins history forever.
Yeah.
So I hope he does. I like watching that team.
Yeah, I really like actually Mike Tomlin. I'm a huge Mike Tomlin
Oh
fan.
yeah,
he actually came from my hometown, kind of. He went to one of my rival high schools. But yeah, man, ever since he took over for Bill, he's on CBS.
Coward.
Thank you.
Coward.
Yeah, ever since which is another great coach right there. But yeah, no, he's done a great job. No losing record. They should have had one this year. Like, solid coach, good defensive mind too. Like he knew when to adapt his scheme. Like when his players like, okay, my players cannot run man, so They go to like moves more to a cover 3 centric defense, which is it's basically man defense after 10 yards, but it helped.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he was a controversial hire too. He's like,
wow, right?
who's this guy? Like, he's just a DB coach.
Yeah,
He comes in, he just kills it.
I feel like he's got unnecessary heat from Pittsburgh fans. It's like, dude, you guys have one of the best coaches in the league. Shut up and deal with it. Everyone else is out here pulling at straws and trying to get one, and you guys got a solid one. So
you had to deal with AB, Juju, Claypool, with all those personalities. Like
the
Big Ben.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Big Ben just, I mean, he was chill. You just need to stop whacking off.
Yeah. So, McDaniel, is he the coach you expected him to be? If this is the guy you wanted, I mean, to me, I think he outperformed what I expected him to do in a good way. I love seeing it happen.
Yeah. I thought the offensive line had its improvements. Obviously, there's still like a talent discrepancy there at like right tackle and stuff, but I thought the offensive line performed well. I thought one of my favorite things is you bring in a collection of running backs. Like he brought in guys he was familiar with, these journeymen. You don't need to invest that highly in, because I think running back's just one of the more devalued positions nowadays that you could get a committee backs and be okay. And man, it makes uses of playmakers, guys that can not only like separate to a huge degree, but can also create after the catch, like Waddle and Hill. I loved everything he did offensively. We'll see what happens with Vic Fangio this year in the defense, because I didn't think Boyer, right? Josh Boyer, I think, was our DC. I didn't think it was all that bad. I know he had his like conflicts with Brian Flores, which Brian Flores, I'm excited to see him as a DC. I was waiting for him to get his opportunity again, but I didn't think like our DC was all that bad. But I don't know. We'll see with Vic Fangio. The Vic Fangio tree hasn't done so well, but Fangio himself has done pretty well. So we'll see. But I think we got the right guy there in McDaniel. I couldn't have been more happy.
I also love how aggressive he was, like you're saying, bringing in playmakers, but he was making trades. He was going out and like making moves and I mean, as a fan, for me, I'm always like, just act like you guys are trying hard and doing this stuff. And I feel like he's checking all those boxes, and I would love to have him on my side. Gene, anything else for coaches?
No, nothing for coaches. Just excited about. Actually, more excited about Fangio. I was kind of thinking about maybe he'd be the DC of the 49ers, but that didn't really work out.
Is it official? He's officially signed.
Yes,
because it was like a weird.
No longer sign.
Yeah, okay. There was like a weird limbo type of thing. Yeah,
like he never agreed to it, but they're like, he's gonna be our guy. It's like, dude,
but it wasn't on paper, is what it was. I think. But okay, it's official.
Yeah, so it's I like how McDaniel did bring him in, just because they do have familiarity, because although their paths never crossed when they were on San Francisco, the Fangio did act in some ways as a consultant, because during training camp days, when he got fired from the Broncos, I believe, he'd go to San Francisco and be at their practice and act as a consultant. So like they have familiarity in that way. So that was
what a good job, consultant.
Yeah, I mean that whole rumor of him like 2 weeks for the Eagles, I think it was.
Like, go in there, collect a check, give them a little brainstorming session, and you're good to go.
But all right. So we're curious, what is like your first or like favorite memory about being a Dolphins fan?
Favorite?
Yep.
That's not from Ace Ventura.
It could be.
Honestly, that might be my most pleasant one. Man, like I just remember as a kid, I really loved that defense. I loved going into Madden, playing with that defense, or doing like they have like you could do star franchise with a fantasy draft on. Always get guys like Madison and Surtain. That. Man, I love the whole Ronnie Brown, Ricky Williams.
Oh ride. Yeah, the Wildcat days.
Yeah. All of one season. That was great.
Yep. I mean, you could make an argument for this past season. If Tua didn't get hurt, I feel like this was the most exciting and like promising team in the NFL.
It was that Baltimore game was
Yeah.
freaking nuts.
Yeah.
Man.
That
Wow.
Bills
After
game was
play.
freaking nuts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Golly.
We got kicked in the ass.
Yep. Do you remember the year that in 2007 they went 1-15? They did a huge turnaround the following year, 11-8,
So
11-5.
What was it, Cleo Lemon or whatever we had at quarterback?
Is that who it was? I didn't know
Pretty
that.
sure he at least started down the stretch. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think that's what killed me inside as a Dolphins fan. I was like, okay, I can't be hurt by this team anymore.
Yeah. Finally.
What was it like having like it just seemed like Ryan Fitzpatrick is like the ultimate like teammate, like gamer guy you wanted in the locker room. Like I was just curious, like what was that? Like damn dude, this is our quarterback. I mean, he didn't do half bad.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we had what this was like way back, but we had like Gus Frerotte as a quarterback to open the year. 1 year, and that dude was like, oh, okay, go out, throw the ball 40 times. He's gonna have like 2 to 3 turnovers, but he's out there slinging, man. So it's like, kind of is what it is. Like the Dolphins have cycled through so many quarterbacks. Like, man,
It's tough.
Yeah, I know.
All you can say is man.
I know. It's like, I don't.
I mean, at least
That's what an identity at quarterback, man.
Your your favorite memory is defense. That's always good to fall back upon, because one guy that always stands out to me is just Cameron Wake.
Golly, Mr. Canada.
Dude, he like after every sack, like it wasn't like a growl or anything, that he just get up with a big old smile. It's like, dude,
he was so good, man. He was a dude, because I think he spent like 6 years in the Canadian League or something. Yeah, he was just like
dominating.
Dominating.
Yeah. It's like
I was gonna say I do remember this Chris Chambers catch. I was just sick nasty. He just laid out for it. I couldn't tell you the game or anything. I just remember that. I was like, man, that's hot stuff.
Ingrained in your head forever.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to make a catch like that. Those days are long gone for me. But
he came from San Diego, right?
Or
is it vice versa?
No, I think he did come from, or I don't know, because I was with he was playing with some receiver that was like that ate himself out wild, a receiver eating himself out of the league.
He went
the
after
original Kelvin Beachum after. Okay,
yeah.
I'm trying to remember who that other guy was.
Because I want to say I remember him like doing that. Remember that fantasy that NFL like pick me. Remember he did that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're like, you want me to do it? Okay. So like did normal football. He caught one, caught the other, and caught the third one in between the balls.
In the hands.
He says, pick me. That's when fantasy football was like first like starting. I thought that was pretty cool. That's what I remember him as. But
one of my go-to quarterbacks. Big old mitts. One of my go-to quarterbacks back in the day for fantasy was always Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah, like, Mr. Consistent.
Consistently a top 3 quarterback in the league, or when it comes to fantasy.
One of my first years playing fantasy football, I drafted LaDainian Tomlinson the year he had his 40-something, and I won, and I was a LaDainian Tomlinson fan till this day now because of that. One fantasy football year, just watching all of his games turned me.
Man, I helped this chick draft her fantasy football team in my league. Or not, it was a league I was a part of. I helped her. It was like the year Adrian Peterson just went off. It was horrible.
After the ACL.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Freaking great. She won too. It was
sad. We have a family fantasy football league, and our niece, it was her first year. She'd asked for help here and there, but like she's been around it her entire life. Because we do a big draft live party, and she's always watched it. Surprisingly, she did good. She whooped my ass. So I mean, I came last in the league. So
rookie luck
this year with Waddle. I was Waddleburger.
There you go. I had Tyreek in a couple leagues.
I wasn't willing to go in on Tyreek like early second, late first. I like to get running backs early.
Yeah.
they just kind of fall off a cliff. And it didn't work out for me. I ended up trading Derrick Henry to get Jamar Chase because I felt really good at running back, and then running back fell apart for me.
Of course.
Because I had Javonte Williams. Broncos weren't even using him. Didn't even matter when he got hurt. I ended up picking Jeff Wilson off the waiver wire when he was with the Niners. Then he got traded, right?
Traded,
yeah. So I was just all kinds of like worried. Dude, this year was a wild ride for me in fantasy. I traded for Kyler Murray. He
You're
got
the
hurt.
bad luck.
Yeah, Jared Goff literally led me through the playoffs. So
yeah.
Wonderful ride from him. I ended up trading for like Kenneth Walker.
He got hurt.
Also, trading for Jonathan Taylor too.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I basically like rode my wide receivers. I had Chase, Waddle.
He's like, I drafted Tua. Oh,
it's your fault.
I actually I had Tua for a little bit. I traded him a part of the Kyler Murray deal. Because I got Dalton Schultz. I really wanted Dalton Schultz. He was coming back from the injury, and I was like, he's gonna be good.
You win some, you lose some. I don't think that won it for you.
You definitely win some and you lose some. I mean, I lost the whole fantasy, football league this year, so that was one of my worst memories. So they can all be good, man. So what is like your worst memory about being a Dolphins fan? Like what's like
anything Tom Brady or Bill Belichick related? Like everything about that reign of terror. Like you can't see it, but this is a Tom Brady jersey, right? From the Bucks.
Yeah.
But
I see that in like it's in your background all the time.
Yes.
I was like, man, is this guy a Bucks fan?
I won it off of like a raffle. Like this other YouTube channel did a raffle. They're, hey, you won. I was like, just give it away to someone else. Like, I don't want it. They're like, oh no, it'd be kind of cool if you take it. I was like, okay, fine. So like it's like this joke I'll occasionally make, like, hey man, you're a Dolphins fan, you got Brady jersey? I was like, yeah, he may not be in the AFC East anymore, but I know who my daddy is.
Dude, it seemed like you guys beat him at least once a year. You guys were the ones
it never mattered for us.
Yeah, it never mattered. But I remember the Gronk one where he was trying to make that tackle at the very end.
With where he Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, back at safety. Nuts. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He looked so stiff. Like I think he hit like those braces that
a knee brace on his arm.
Yeah,
I feel like you guys went 1-1 or 2-0 a couple times versus the Patriots, and then that was the only speed bump in their season, and then they'd go on to either play in or win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, honestly, like my worst memories of being a Dolphins fan is like just almost making the playoffs. Like, 10-6.
Yeah,
you just missed it. We did that with Flores, I think his first year.
Yeah,
we did that on a Jay Fiedler year. That was the year I got the jersey. 10-6, missed the playoffs. So it's like I hate that. I hate that when we're just on the cusp.
Yeah. What about the fire sale year? A couple years back, Tannehill, Tunsil, Minka, Kenneth Drake or Kenyon Drake and Robert Quinn all just gone from the team overnight.
I like that. I'm like, cool.
Start over.
Finally rebuilding.
Okay.
Finally rebuilding. Yeah. I think that was the same year we got to it. Maybe it was a year later, but I don't mind. If we sell the team and it's like, cool, let's rebuild.
Like I said earlier, as long as you think your team's trying, it's like, come on.
As long as it feels like, okay, we're starting from the ground up, then we should trend forward.
Yeah.
What about the saving years?
Oh, golly, dude. Oh, wasn't that like all of a year and a half?
Yeah. It was just like, I remember him being so defensive. Like, why would I go to college? Why would I go to college? The very next day,
there he was.
I'm going to Alabama. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. And I was like, oh my god, dude! Like, I hate it when coaches.
I remember my dad because he's a huge LSU fan. He was like, "Oh, you're getting a hell of a coach there." And then, like after the first year, he was like, "Yeah, he's probably going back to college." I was like, "No, he's not." And then, okay, Alabama. Oh, son of a gun! Like, so ridiculous, man.
What about the
oh god, we just keep on just turning.
Yeah, let's just keep ragging on.
I got one more because I don't know if it's a positive or a negative. Laramie Tunsil being drafted after the gas mask night.
I loved it.
That's
Okay.
a positive.
Okay.
I know. I was like, what? He smokes weed? Cool.
Yeah.
Probably everyone else in this freaking draft does
Yeah.
too. He's
So
just,
you looked at it as you got a
He's
steal.
got good lungs.
oh yeah. And then we
Okay.
traded that off. And I was
Yep,
like,
and then
what the
fleet,
hell,
yeah.
man? I mean,
I don't-
we got a lot of picks for them.
Yeah,
though,
you
so.
did.
Wait,
So-
I got another one. What? I'm kidding.
We could move on. We don't even got to talk about Tua again.
Yeah, we don't got to talk about Tua. We can turn the knife on bad memories when it comes to any team. Honestly, like,
There's
people are
more
like,
bad
what
than
about
good.
The Patriots. It's like, dude, you guys drafted Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. They're just like, that's when you insert the fucking Spider-Man gif. You know what I mean? They're the same person.
Exactly. I love that gift, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
So
game.
let's look on a brighter future here. Future expectations. What's your expectation going forward for the Dolphins? We did talk about the draft. We did talk about the combine, which is starting now. What's your expectation there? Like, free agency signings that you want to go to, some that you want to draft that you have your eye on. Do you have a draft crush? Realistically, what's going on there?
Man, for the Dolphins, I'm very concerned with what our right tackle situation is going to be. Like, I think Austin Jackson showed a little bit before he got hurt, but he's been pretty rubbish for like 3 years. So it's like, it would be nice to get tackle in this class, but what we're sitting like at pick like what, like
56.
50? Is it 56?
52. Sorry, 52 and
52.
78.
Be lucky to find anybody there because
Yeah.
it's just kind of a weak tackle class in general. A lot of the good ones will likely be off the board, and so it's like, yeah, we'll probably have to just hunt one down a free agency or hope something works out. Like, and honestly, I feel good about like the rest of that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously Armstead, one of the better tackles in the league when healthy. Connor Williams. Yeah,
Yep.
he looked good at center after
Mhm.
moving from guard. I thought Robert Jones looked promising, much more promising than Liam Eichenberg, dude. I thought that was a bust pick when we picked it, and it's a bust pick.
Yeah, I remember
But-
watching something that said that Eichenberg is like the biggest boomer bust, and he's more on the bust side.
yeah, he was
Out
just
of
like
BYU, I believe.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, that's right.
Yeah,
What am I
yeah.
thinking of? I'm not BYU.
I'm trying to think.
the
There
big
was
linebacker.
Brady Christensen.
Christensen. Okay. Remember, he was like a big boy that was just like, oh yeah, he's more on the bust side.
Yeah, but I feel good about the offensive line. We're gonna have to replenish our run back. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
I think we only have like 5 picks though.
Great free agent class for running backs too. And
Yeah,
I think they'll want to go there.
I hope they don't spend a lot.
Yeah. I don't think you'll have
yeah.
to. The competition's going to be so much that the teams, instead of paying a lot, just going to go to the next guy.
Yeah.
It's like, and there's some talent.
What's their
There's-
first pick?
56,
What if they go
52.
Gibbs?
Sorry.
What if they go Gibbs at 52?
Ooh,
He
if
ain't
he's
gonna be
there.
there.
Yeah.
He ain't
I don't
gonna
think
be
he'll be there either.
Like, we're probably looking at that next tier guys like because like
A-Chain.
it's McDaniels. He's gonna love speed. So A-Chain, Tajay
Spears.
Spears.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, get some
Spears.
Deuce Vaughn. I love me some Deuce Vaughn.
Special
I
team.
love me some
all
Deuce
of
Vaughn.
5'6".
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe 170. Maybe.
but,
Yeah.
he's actually thicker than A-Chain.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude. A-Chain, it's wild. A-Chain, I didn't like going to the year, and it was that LSU game that changed like my perception of him. He was
Yeah.
just like so hard, like he was physical, hard to bring down. I was like, I thought this guy was a track star playing running back. What the heck? But yeah, I mean, there's gonna be running backs day two that are worth it, but like,
Definitely.
but I feel as long as like if we see the Tua from the beginning, like first half of the year, I feel promising about
Of
our
course.
offense. The defense, corner's kind of an issue. Byron Jones, I just assume is not back with the team.
Yeah. Is he
Yeah.
retiring? What the hell's going on there?
I think he wants to get cut so he gets his money.
Gets his check. I know. I thought
Yeah.
that was so funny when he put out that long thing about being injured, and then they're like, "Oh, so you're retiring?" He's like, "Well, no." He's
Yeah.
like, "Well, no. I still got millions on the table that I need to collect." But
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, luckily this is a good corner class. So like, there's gonna be a ton of guys that, because like that's the cool thing about Vic Fangio. Like, his defense is very like his personally defense. I'm gonna ignore like all the failures of his underlings in the league, like Minnesota Donatello. That was just woof. But like he's very good at playing to his corner strength. You see a it's not just a concept. He does there's a lot more complexities, I guess that's a word, uh to what he does specifically. So like he'll match guys to their strength. So like this class is so good on day two at corner. Emmanuel Forbes, you got the hometown boy and Tyreek Stevenson, uh Eli Ricks. Now that I like say day two guys, like none of them come to mind, but Clark
Cam
Phillips and
Smith.
such.
Yeah,
Dante
Elias
Banks.
Ricks, like they're saying that he might go day 3, and I was like, okay, if you guys want to drop him that much.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was reading something that like, yeah, like he just isn't like the star. Like he got outshined by Branch, and I was like, well, duh.
Yeah,
Dude, Branch
Branch
is
is a
like the
stud.
best tackler in the fucking draft.
Yeah, people are like, what they think Atlanta is gonna flirt with Branch at pick
Oh yeah,
8.
yeah.
So
I heard that too.
And they said they want to keep him at nickel. I get that, but I don't know if he can stick with the, that in the NFL. We'll see. I hope he proves me wrong because he is a fun watch.
golly, dude,
machine.
he's so good. He's so
Him
good.
and Witherspoon were so fun for me to watch. I was like, geez, though.
Man, Witherspoon plays like 10 times bigger than he actually is.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realize how light he was until Duran's like, dude, look at this. And I was like, oh shit, he's that light.
Yeah.
I feel like he plays Christian Gonzalez's size, and Christian Gonzalez plays his size. It's like they're opposite. It's
Gonzalez
like
is so smooth.
Witherspoon plays
Yeah.
like a 6'2" guy.
He is so like he's just like straight fluid. Christian
Yeah.
Gonzalez is.
I remember like because I was because like during my summer deep dives, I'll look at like the draft network, see what maybe guys that I don't have on my like summer board that's like, okay, maybe I should check this guy out. And Christian Gonzalez happened to be one, and I was like, okay, well, I got to dip into Colorado film, yay! But I was like, oh my gosh, this dude's a stud. And then actually, Mekhi Blackman was on that team too. I was like, these corners are good. Why is Colorado pants?
Yep.
Yeah.
First one I watched was versus Georgia, and I was like, okay, if he's keeping up with, if he's keeping up here, then I'll take a look at him. But yeah, I mean Georgia, they're studs. So if you could hang with those guys, then you deserve to be in the NFL because everyone's getting drafted from that team.
Yeah. I mean, this year for Gonzalez was more so the second half of the year. That's when like ball skills started popping up. He was starting to get a bit more handsy. Because like normally he would just mirror guys, right? Like he was very
stay on top.
Off. Yeah, but during the second half of the season, I think outside of the Stanford game, I don't know. This is why I take notes.
Yeah,
but he was pretty darn stellar. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I think they all run Saturday, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Saturday. Oh, maybe it's tomorrow actually.
I think they run Sunday. I think the receivers run Saturday.
I think the defenses are going first, so I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah.
But again, don't quote me on anything.
Quoting.
All from memory.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, so we can talk about draft a little bit later. Just before I forget, is there a free agent out there that you want to land? Like, you want right tackle? Is it Mike McGlinchey?
That was literally the first thing. Yes, it's Mike McGlinchey. I'm just
taking him from
asking prices.
He looked a little bit lost the last couple of years when it came to. Actually, last year he actually did pretty solid, which may earn him that contract that is going to be a little bit out of the 49ers price range. But so Mike McGlinchey is like your key free agent that you do want.
Yeah, I think for the Shanahan offense, you need to have playmakers. You need to have a really good offensive line. And
he's
McGlinchey,
a good locker room dude too.
Yeah, exactly. You just plug them, play them. You got a couple of younger guys on the interior and Hunt, and I assume Robert Jones will be the guy that wins the left tackle job or left guard job. So like you got younger guys there that
I like those guys coming out of Louisville. No, not Louisville, Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah,
The Raging Cajuns. I know
Raging
that, read a
Cajuns. So
lot.
it's just Louisiana now. Yeah,
Now it's
they
just
don't do the
Louisiana.
Lafayette
Yeah,
anymore.
it was not in Lafayette anymore.
Yeah, I actually liked Robert Jones as a project coming out of Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to see him get playing time and actually do relatively well.
Yeah,
coming
same
in.
year as Richie James, I believe. Also
Um,
Middle Tennessee.
Is there any free agents
yeah.
from your own team that you want to keep? We got Teddy B. I think
No.
you guys are gonna need a solid backup at some
They
point.
got Sky
Probably.
Thompson.
It's Jeff Wilson. I want Jeff
Okay.
Wilson back
Yeah.
in the worst way.
What about Gasecki?
No.
No, don't care. Move on.
Don't care. Move on. There's tight ends we can get in this class.
What about Sherfield? Because you guys brought in Cedric Wilson and paid
Sherfield
him, didn't do, and
outshined.
he outplayed him every week.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to necessarily pay Sherfield.
Yeah.
Knowing that we're paying, I think Wilson's only on a 2-year deal though, maybe. So
Smart.
They got Craycraft, don't they?
I
I don't know if he's a
I don't
free
know.
agent or not.
don't know. Yeah.
I usually do. I always look at free agents based off of snaps that they're taken away from starters. Like from
Yeah.
so if he is, he didn't play a significant enough role
yeah.
to
Sherfield was
matter.
also a big special teams guy. Like he's a really good
Yeah.
gunner.
Mhm. I have him
Yeah.
here 60% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Sherfield was playing. So I mean that's a big chunk of plays you're
Yeah.
gonna have Cedric Wilson step up and play with that.
Yeah. Roberts, the linebacker, would be a good one to bring back. I'm pretty sure he's a free
Mhm.
agent.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think
Landon.
he's gonna be pretty. Landon. I had his first name in my head. I was like, there ain't no way I'm gonna try to pronounce that right now. I'm terrible with pronunciations, but he'd be nice to bring back too. I think he'd be come back on a value deal too. I don't think he's gonna get paid a lot. So
What about Eric Rowe? It seems like just a year or two ago, you guys had the best secondary in the league, and it's just slowly getting chipped away.
get him out of here, man.
Him and Byron
Wasn't
Jones
he-
gone.
Yeah, wasn't he drafted by the Patriots or something?
I think so.
That's why Flores
Yeah.
picked him up. I don't know. Get him out of here. Get
Done.
him out.
Yeah,
Well-
that's good, man. Like get Byron Jones. He just doesn't seem like he doesn't want to be part of that team anymore. And
He has so much going for him outside of football too.
Yeah.
He like wants to be in politics and things like that. And
Mhm.
it's like, he'll be getting money in another career too. So he's ready to hang it up.
Yeah. Nick Needham might be another guy. I always thought he was better in the slot though,
Mhm.
but we're kind of like desperate for outside corners, and he at least has experience on the outside. So it's another guy to bring up because I feel like Gator Kohu kind of like locked down that slot position this year. So
Yeah. Who do you consider the Dolphins' biggest rival? Is it the Patriots?
it's the Patriots.
Has
Patriots.
it dropped down since
Oh, I mean,
the Bills have taken over?
the Bills are a hell of a lot closer, but it's the Patriots, man. They've ran this whole division.
For
The
years,
Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, they all just want to bang on the Patriots. That's
Mhm.
what it is, man. The Patriot, as long as Bill Belichick is still a part of that team, biggest rival. I don't care if they're crap.
Mhm.
Biggest
Yeah.
rival.
No, beat them twice a year, please.
Yeah.
I get it. Gee, that's about it for me.
Yeah, that's about it for me as well. If you can stick around just a little bit after we wrap up, that'd be great. But if you want to go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you, the work that you're working on, like have at it, hype yourself up again one more time.
You got it. Well, what's crack-a-lackin'? It is your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know, so I'd run a YouTube channel that goes over college football. The NFL draft's a big centerpiece of that. The NFL off season, I do cover the NFL a little bit during the year as well. But if you are like, hey, I would love to know what my team is drafted, I'm a perfect channel for that. No one goes deeper into the draft than I do. You will know every player that gets drafted, guaranteed. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheRealBroSchmo. I'm fun there, I think. I don't know. I think I'm a good follow. I have a good time. I'll like my own tweets if I'm like, that's funny. I know it's kind of cringe, but hey.
I just retweeted his recent tweet. Good follow.
Yeah, I like to pat myself on the back a lot. That is what it is, But Yeah, that is me, man. I am the draft guy, so to speak. So
You got it. You got other stuff on there too. And we'll put all your links below
yeah,
so that
I got
people can click on
cap
by.
casualty video. I go over teams cap, what they could be looking at in terms of cut options, restructures. I do top free agents, predictions. Those are always fun because guaranteed they're wrong and people laugh at me. It is what it is. Got the franchise tags right thus far though. Teron Payne and Evan Ingram. They were kind of easy
Okay.
ones, but I got them.
Yep.
I
Good
honestly thought
stuff.
Teron Payne was gonna walk, but hey,
Oh man, they
you're
weren't
right,
gonna
man.
let
So I'll
him,
give you
man.
your flowers.
I know
He was
Bears
right.
fans really wanted him. I was like, yeah, good luck. Washington ain't letting that boy go.
I know Ingram wouldn't get a deal. I was like, that tag's cheap enough where
Yeah.
hit him with the tag
yeah.
and see if he could do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Well, we'll definitely put all the information down below in the descriptions. You can follow us on Twitter at WhyWe'reFansPod. Personally, you can follow Duran at Duran WWF. You can follow me at G_Muniz WWF. You can follow us on Instagram and also on this YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share with your friends because we get interesting guests like Mr. Broshmo down there. We definitely appreciate you coming on. Without further ado, cheers. Y'all have a good one. Later.
Cheers.